everyone, welcome to Lily Brook. I'm Laura and this is my Boston Terrier, Ruby. Ruby and I are excited because we're going to be planting a ton of flower seeds today. And Ruby, would you like to tell everyone why you have to be supervised? She's hanging out with me in the greenhouse today because she cannot be trusted. She is definitely going through her terrible twos, or maybe I should call it like terrible terrier twos. I'm going to show everyone the photographic evidence of why you have to be in the greenhouse. Good thing they make him cute, right guys? So I hope you guys are having an amazing day where you are, and if you're having a bad day, I hope some plant therapy and possibly some Boston Terrier puppy therapy will be helpful for you today. So I ordered a ton of seeds and I'm excited because this year I want to plant more flowers from seeds than ever before. And I went a little crazy when I got onto Eden Brothers and Johnny's Seeds. And then also this came today. Please stop sending me these. It's like I can't help myself, right? I gotta show you guys some of the beautiful lilies. Like, look at this one right here. So gorgeous. I went through this, this is from Oaks. I went through this this morning and I was looking through all of these amazing new lilies I would like to add to my garden, but that's for another time. Let's get started with showing you what I want to do in my gardens, spaces I want to tear grass out so that I can add more flowers and plants, and then I'll show you guys what I chose. So first things first, I got this for Christmas. I highly recommend it. Came from Gardener's Supply. It's huge. It holds lots of seeds. I haven't even put all the seeds in here. Some of them I think I need a different container for too because I ordered a giant amount. We do have a cut flower farm here, so there are seeds that I have that obviously I order a lot of. And over here I've got my makeshift dirt tray. I'm really excited. Dan is actually building me a wooden dirt tray today. So homemade, my favorite. So if you hear any construction noise, that's Dan, my husband, building that for me. So I'm just going to start showing you guys some of the seeds I'm going to start today and where I'm going to put them in my garden. First things first, I did start these black-eyed Susans, oh gosh, I would say about 2 or 3 days ago now. And I started all these oxeye daisies too. And the reason being is because I plan to tear out a huge amount of grass in my garden, and I want to just have a giant swath of black-eyed Susans and oxeye daisies there. Let's take a walk over to the sections where I'm going to add these beautiful flowers. It's actually really warm outside today. It's in the 50s, which is so wonderful. It's been a very long, cold winter here. And there is my dirt tray in progress. Really excited to have that. So right now I'm actually standing on the terraces, and this is the spot I was talking about that I want to have all the black-eyed Susans. So from there to about here, we already have a large amount that grow, and I'll show you guys what that looks like in the summer. And then along here, there aren't any black-eyed Susans. And I'm really hoping that these conical boxwoods make it. Their coloring is a little strange, but sometimes they get that way in the winter, so we'll just see how it goes. So I want to plant along the boxwoods here a bunch more black-eyed Susans. And then over here, this is where we started doing our topiary garden. You can see the first ring is done, and in the center there's actually a statuary, but she's fragile, so we bring her into the greenhouse in the winter. But you can see there's a center ring, and then in here there's a hydrangea, and then on the outer ring there's more boxwoods. And then last year you can see we planted a bunch more little baby boxwoods to make it a complete circle. And all of this I want to tear out the grass I'm going to tear out the grass on all of this, which is going to be a lot of plants. And I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to grow every single one of these from seed. I think there's something really amazing when you grow things from seed. I don't know, I feel like some kind of magician or something when I see them grow up into these beautiful plants. So that's my plan, is to take all this grass out and plant the ox-eye daisies here and mix in some black-eyed Susans and possibly a few other things, but I want to have a large like swath of the same color because I think that will look really beautiful. So I am the world's messiest planter ever. So I always wear my gardening apron and it just keeps all my tools handy too. So let's get started planting some seeds. I'm so happy that it's so close to spring and it's only a matter of time before we're seeing beautiful gardens outside, and that fills me with so much hope and joy. And I plan all winter long for this. So what are you guys planting in your gardens? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments section below. Are you starting things from seed? And what garden zone are you in? So here's what I use for my seed starting, but really you can use anything. If it has a drainage hole in the bottom, put some good dirt in there, make sure it's watered, and yeah, seeds want to grow. So just try your hand at it, even if you're a beginner. But this is what I just use because I feel like it works best for me. I do put my seedlings in these Tupperware containers that I use year after year, and this way I can just take them right out when I'm hardening them off and then bring them in at night. And then I use these biodegradable pots because even if, like I had a few plants that said they usually like to be direct seeded, they don't like their roots disturbed, but I find when I use these, I don't have to disturb their roots, right? So I just break off the cell, I put it in the dirt, this breaks down, and the plant's happy. And they're just easy to use. But I do have some plastic pots and reusable pots as well. These are just my preference right now for seed starting. Here's the soil that I'm going to use. So seed starting mix is really good because it's a lighter consistency and it just allows your seeds to pop through more easily. Put it in my makeshift dirt bin. Hey, it works, right? Whatever works. Improvise. And then I always wet my soil down because a lot of times when you don't do this and you put your dirt in dry, you can dislodge the seeds when you go to water. So that's a pretty good consistency there. You don't want it to be soaking wet, just enough so that your seeds aren't going to dry out the first few days you have them planted. And I always love this part because it reminds me of making mud pies in the outdoor kitchen when I was a kid. Did any of you guys make mud pies? I think as adults, maybe we don't play in the dirt quite enough. They say it's good for you. And it definitely calms me and brings me joy. So now we're ready to plant some seeds. First, I'm going to plant some Sunny Ball Feverfew. These look like little tiny daisies. They're so pretty, and they are perennial in zones 5 through 9. So I'm in zone 7A, so it is a perennial here. They do need light to germinate, so we're not going to cover them with dirt. We're just going to lightly press them in. But these are amazingly beautiful little fillers. If you want to cut flowers from your garden and bring them inside. And they have this really old-fashioned cottage garden look. So I'll be planting these in the cut flower fields that we have. And I probably won't add too many of these in my flower beds because they spread pretty easily. So I probably won't do that. But yeah, if you have like a raised bed somewhere that you just want to have some cut flowers, or even somewhere you want to look kind of wild, this would be a great flower to put in there. And they're just so sweet looking. These seeds are so tiny. Look at can actually be kind of hard to plant them when they're this small. I end up planting more in one cell than I mean to. So I'm going to try really hard to only plant like 2 in each cell, but they're already sticking to my fingers. So we'll see how that goes. All right. Actually, I'm not doing too bad. Full disclosure though, I did plant some cosmos and some stock early. When the cosmos came in, I was like, oh, I want to plant those so bad. And I know I planted them too early and I just didn't care. I just wanted to see seedlings popping up. It just made me happy, and it really has been a super long winter here. So yeah, I planted them early, and I'm a plant lady rebel like that. How early do you guys plant your seeds? Do you go exactly by what the packet says or what the experts say, or do you say, oh, you know what, I'm gonna wing it? And look at these cute little plant babies. This is stock, guys. It's a multicolored stock. And here is the little cosmos. They're not actually little. They're growing like weeds. Cosmos do grow like weeds. I feel like I could start these so late and they would be ready to plant out. But instead I planted them early because I just couldn't wait. And now they'll be giants by the time I plant them outside. Here's 2 more that I use as fillers. And maybe you don't put fillers in your garden, but I do because they fill in bouquets so beautifully and the garden so beautifully. So I have a geratum, and this is the timeless mix. And I also have the Orlea, I think it's pronounced Orlea. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. So I'm gonna plant both of these today too. It is gotten to be so hot in the greenhouse today. I would say it's probably 90 to 95 in here. I can't complain. It's nice and warm. But it's pretty warm outside today, so it has made it like a rainforest in here. So with a geradum, you want to plant these again on top of the soil because they need light to germinate. And again, these are the teeniest, tiniest little seeds, but they are such a beautiful plant. I hope that you guys decide to plant them in your garden. I think you will be pleasantly surprised at how beautiful they are with your cut bouquets. Ruby, it's just a statue. Ruby. Oh, she's such a troublemaker. So I had to comfort Ruby for a second, guys, because she thinks the statue is a real person and she's freaking out, so. It's fine, Ruby, I promise. It's not a real person. So some of the greenery I'm going to be planting for my gardens this year for bouquets and arrangements are eucalyptus. This is silver dollar, sage, and basil. I'm planting the Siam Queen. So I'll be planting all of those 3 today. And just so you get a small idea of how much I love zinnias in my garden, and I'm gonna show you guys just some of the later season bouquets because this plant just keeps on giving and giving well into the fall. I had so many bouquets from the zinnias, and they're easy to grow. So if you're a beginner gardener, this is a great flower for you to grow. They love sunny locations and they're pretty resilient. Again, to me, they grow like weeds. So those are the best ones to have, right? All right, so this is the Zahara single mix. Gorgeous. And Zahara Starlight Rose. Really recommend this one. It is so prolific and just so beautiful. I got several packets of those. I got the Giant Wine. Oriole. Lots of those. The Profusion Cherry Bicolor. So many of those. Xanthos and Rosetta. More Xanthos. Versailles Tetramix. And so that's just a few of the varieties that I've organized, but I cannot have enough zinnias. There's sort of like dahlias too. Dahlias, I don't think people can have enough of those, but zinnias are even easier, I think, to grow than dahlias. And the seeds are inexpensive. They're very resilient. They have a really long growing season, at least for me here in Pennsylvania. Again, they're an annual, so they won't come back again, but they're just so beautiful. So check out some of the bouquets that I made last year, later in the season. It's the gift that keeps on giving when you plant zinnias. But I'm not going to plant those today. It's a little early to start those, but all the other seeds I'm gonna start today. Even my snapdragons, they seem to just, those always take a little longer to grow for me in the greenhouse, so I always start my snapdragons a little early. I'm also going to be planting some larkspur. Just remember though, guys, that this is toxic, so if you plant it in your garden, make sure that your animals aren't around it or your kids. It's a beautiful flower, I will say, but you just have to be careful with that one. Snapdragons, Madame Butterfly mix, so gorgeous. The French marigolds, this variety is the Tiger Eyes. And again, some more snapdragons. This is the Twinny Bronze. And did we do Madame Butterfly? Oh, this is the red, Madame Butterfly Reds. And right on time, here is my new dirt box, I guess you could call it. My husband built this for me today and he worked really hard on it. It's very sturdy. And I want to show you guys, I hope I can show you the inside. Right here, he put a little hinge. So if there's dirt in it and I need to move it, the dirt won't all fall out. But check this out. It lowers. How genius, right? I love it. I'm so excited I finally have this, and I love homemade everything. Homemade gifts are the best, and I'm always so appreciative when someone takes the time to make something for me, and this is going to get so much use. Snapdragons do need light to germinate, so we are just going to lightly press the seeds into the top of the soil, but not cover them up. that's gonna be it for me today, guys. I need to go inside and get a nice cold drink of water because it is so hot out right now. The sun is beating down on the greenhouse. But rest assured, I will be out here probably almost every day starting flower seeds, greenery seeds, filler seeds, because I do have a goal of adding a bunch of my own self-grown flowers, greenery, and filler to my gardens this year. And I'm so excited that you joined me in my greenhouse today and in my gardens. I hope you'll consider subscribing so that we can be gardening friends and you can see all of the fun stuff we're doing here at Lily Brook. Check out a few videos on our channel if you'd like. We did visit Longwood Gardens, which is one of the largest indoor gardens in the United States. It's really beautiful, so we did a garden tour there and several other things. So thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!